Hey everybody, it's Mother Goose 27 and welcome back to my channel. So, I discovered this musical a while ago. One of the songs just randomly popped up on my YouTube feed and I absolutely fell in love with it, but I've never actually been able to watch it. But, as y'all probably know, Disney Plus just added it to their service. So, I finally watched Hamilton. Now, sadly, I didn't get to watch this live, but still amazing, still loved it. I guarantee the live version is way better, but I'm still glad I got to watch it. Like always, there'll be time codes in the description. I'm going to give my general thoughts, I'm going to talk about the music, I'm going to talk about the dancing, I'm going to talk about how the story flowed a little bit, and then I'm going to give my final thoughts. I really loved this musical a lot. It was fantastic. One of my favorites. It was directed well. The actors did absolutely amazing. I really appreciated that in the Disney Plus recording, they kept the crowd sounds, the clapping, the laughing. It just helped really add to the theatrical experience. You were watching musical theater, not a movie. So I thought that was a really nice touch. It was funny, taught you a lot about history. I really enjoyed it. I really did. If I had one complaint about the entire thing, is it felt a little long. I know that musicals can be a little longer depending on the musical, but by the end I just kind of was like, I'm really enjoying this, but like, is it over yet? I still really loved it. I just felt like it might have dragged on just a little bit. Not long, just a little, but still great. Okay, let's talk about the music. I loved the music so much. I was so surprised that this was a complete musical, like all music. I really thought that there would be some actual dialogue in there and that the songs would be broken up throughout the play. I really enjoyed that, and you know what? Just shout out to the actors. Almost 3 hours of singing. Like, shout out to the background singers, because the songs are spread out pretty well for the main cast. So if Hamilton's got a song, then it might be Burr singing the next song, or Liza, or Angelica. It's spread out a little bit, so the main vocalist doesn't have to do a song and then a song and then another song, so they get a little bit of a break. And I know they don't really get a break. They're either dancing in the background, doing background vocals, or they're backstage getting ready for the next part. But the actual background vocalist, the background dancers, they were there, like, almost through the entire musical, just in the back, singing and dancing, hardly ever getting a break. Like, they worked hard, and good for them. Like, they definitely deserve some recognition. Now, the main cast obviously did absolutely amazing. Hamilton, Burr, Elizabeth, Angelica, George Washington. I was so surprised when George Washington came out and he was spitting bars. Thomas Jefferson. They just, all of them, like, vocally did amazing. I really enjoyed all of their songs. Now, the song that I heard, I can't remember if I said this earlier, was Satisfied, sung by Angelica. And I fell in love with the song, and after watching the entire musical and hearing all the music, I still think it's my favorite song. But a close second would definitely have to be the Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson rap battles. I was not expecting that. It was a great touch, and I think it was a great way to convey the debates that they had. Ooh, and when the King came out, I loved the King songs. They were so funny, and they just made you hate him. They made you hate him so much. Okay, let's talk about the dancing now. I don't have as much to say about it, but I really did like it. It was good. It was choreographed extremely well, and I loved the fact that they had the two separate spinning platforms on stage that they utilized a lot. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like, the way they just integrated that into the show and into the choreography was amazing. Again, shout out to the background vocalists and background dancers for just how often they were on stage and how much they had to do. Now, I will say, most of the dancing was really good. There were just a couple times throughout the show where I just felt like the choreography was a little cheesy. Just a little bit. It wasn't on accident. I felt like it was on purpose. There was a point to it, but at least it still served a purpose. Alright, let's talk about the story just a little bit. I honestly thought that it would end around the end of the Revolutionary War. I was very surprised that that ended halfway through the halfway through the musical. Like, intermission came up, the war was won, I think, if I remember right. Like, I was sitting there and I was like, okay, it's got to be over now. Or it's about to be over. But there was still half of the musical left. When I checked how much time was left, I was like, oh, okay. I really loved the Burr and Hamilton, like, friendship turned rivalry. I loved the Jefferson-Hamilton rivalry. I feel like I need to brush up on history because there's a lot of things that happened. I was like, oh, okay. Like, I knew Hamilton was an important person, but I had no idea just how much he did for America. This was very eye-opening. I learned a lot from it. I think it was very poetic that Hamilton and his son Philip died in the same way. Really sad, but poetic. It made me so mad. So mad when Hamilton started having his affair. Like, excuse you, Hamilton. Excuse you. But I'm glad him and his wife were able to work things out. Whew. And it broke my heart when his son died. I was so sad. And the actors did an amazing job conveying that. Anyway, overall, I really loved the story. I loved how it flowed. Like I said earlier, I do feel like it stretched out a little long, but just barely. Final thoughts time. Is Hamilton as good as they say? Does it deserve to be this classic musical that everyone just has to see? So amazing. People should know all the raps. Yes, it's so good. It's amazing. I was a little skeptical going in. Like I said before, I really loved the songs that I did hear, but I was like, is it as good as people say? Or are people hyping it up too much? And I don't think they are, if I'm being honest. After watching it, I really enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, I definitely think you will enjoy it as well. The music is amazing. The choreography is amazing. The actors do a fantastic job. It's directed well. I would definitely say it's as good as people say it is. So if you haven't watched it, it's on Disney Plus now. So good. Definitely worth a watch. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to join the flock. And I will see you in the next one. Mother Goose out.